Our Abusuapanin for Yamakwaba Ediba Dazi TV so your friend me Isaac Dazi Sanya and Rami share me born on my catch room say court case na yade aba court no the immediate family of Charles Kojo Fosu Lumba versus Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu car bank and a transition home no home pupuya na sabri me de ebremu ede ewa hase. And I remember yesterday when I did a story, no make catch them say, near because we had the piano, me debate at the bedroom. So, any day, the kind I will share me. Remember, sir, I said, the immediate family of Charles Kojo Fosu Lumba is made up of 4 or more moving what rate of same or no so no more 4. But I think that more dorsum, what I say, more dorsum, but then rate of same or no by an idiom no more yes or no more any pap makumaku 4. Bebo modin na mi decide ne dia tudwa ede amamo enti omo mudin ewo so no eye Obusuapanin afia adoma a ono wo ba paakoso Robert Jemfi adodo na friend wo fa ya opoku ye maame George na Jemfi a ono so ewo etreso esreso na Ernestina Fosu a ono so wo bom so na nutwato no ye 5 na afia kobi a ono so wo paakoso versus Kofi Owusu a ono oya Abusuapanin adodo na friend Tupac car bank ahunu say ho na DL Memorial Fund no ho na ewo na the transition home ho so na body no den ewo nti they are the defendant of the case defendant na Kofi Owusu car bank na transition home na plaintiffs no Obusuapanin afia adoma Robert Jemfi adona fen wo fa ya opoku ye maame Ernestina Fosu George na Jemfi na afia kobi. These are 5 individuals representing the immediate family of Charles Kojo Fosu versus Kofi Owusu car bank and a transition home. Tiene and yebe movie injunction, but I don't know what is going to happen today. Ada say omo afile obi afile ni the statement and into otemwa for no bit major so na wadwa asem. But as you can see on your shots, usually the court case ko so kuma so na court of appeal complex and a course. But na me no be PM ha Accra. And away the court complex over high court and anything now say the law firm represent the immediate family na your friend spirit law consult more abeka. Now fortunately for me, a couple of days ago I spoke to the legal counsel for the immediate family your friend Mr. Ishon. Now catch me say was several the 3 parties involved, which is the Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu car bank and a transition home. So for me, if you look at the reliever, I'm say court a grant you which a rate of same na ya trade a but say one kasa win interrogatory injunction right ya first so edibua who say in terms of the timing, in terms of I'm not going to prejudice I'm not going to pronounce judgment, but oko in law mo ya wamra ya first so edibua asama eden etisa enti say me call if me dey fa with rates of sermon any reliefs are almost seeking into and I say a declaration that the first defendant, which is or say Abusuapanin is not a member of the immediate maternal family of Charles Kojo Fosu Lumba and can therefore not participate in the planning, preparation, organization, conduct, performance, or every decision that is incidental to the funeral right of Charles Kojo Fosu. Lucky for me, I spoke to the lawyer or the rate of sermon whenever to John or catch him said he wouldn't like to comment on it before and some betia 17 then mabe pie mo ha de nyame ya adom no so be pie mo ha whatever will happen over here no me make sure say me de bebre mo sanan ba ya me ne no be din komo no afa kwanya we su no wa chechire mo de a kire me ne papa shi su din komo enra on so ka kire me say the immediate family will be here today to make sure say injunction the obe movie. And I called the lawyer for transition home. Fortunately for me, I have their contact, so mostly I try my best to get in touch with them to know say what is going on. Honestly, we need to communicate with them. Say, as at the time, I'm running in the casano, not the sun can rate of same be. But I told you yesterday, and said, in the chamber we have so many lawyers. Maybe as a lawyer, and maybe at that time, then the sun can. So maybe I will take it like that. But I'm hoping that today, all the 3 lawyers from these 3 parties are serve as a defendant, will be here to defend their client. But as I speak to you right now, I released this statement. I immediately said it will be very accurate say me de betuja sana ba ya mo hwe me update sia no mbetumi ehun asema menhia ade atudwa almost say disclaimer. This one issued by Opimswo FM. You know, Opimswo FM is official mouthpiece, official radio station for Mensia. Or say, Mensia urges the general public to disregard any report attempting to associate the palace with matters concerning the preparation for the burial and the funeral rites of Charles Kojo Fosu, popularly known as Charles Kojo Daddy Lumba, or Patrice Ani. Want to disregard any news and answer any information at Mensia. I don't have better. A year and I say that the Lumba the preparation year bibia who tells you say mensia our homonsa at the every home near a man for patron say and ne Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu our mensia send a multi report and say ekosono. I don't know if that is true, but then Abusuapanin nanka say asemon wahase, but he can also delegate an a power of attorney mo be abegina na nemu dia man they say send your man for cancer ne omo cancer omo bra mensia today Thursday na beba so dia I cannot tell. But what I want you to know is that today, Yebe movie interlocutory injunction e wahase. Ada say Mrano ebeji atumwa. But say we obi a follow interlocutory injunction a who say before interlocutory injunction ebeji atum no, there are so many principles as say otemwa for no befa so na odi di asem no. Just a little bit of education. Oba my Ghana mu ha. Sometimes they look at the violation of right when it infringes constitutional rights such as right to fair hearing or due process, and also the lack of jurisdiction if the court doesn't have the authority to grant an injunction in that particular matter, and also so a bit to me about as improper procedure if the proper legal procedures or requirements weren't followed, like failing to provide adequate notice. Of course, and also follow a bit to me as lack of merit if the injunction doesn't meet the standard of showing prima facie case or doesn't balance the equities properly. So these are some of the merit, the context the court might reject interrogatory injunctions. But if you look at the rest of sermon now, Mijidi say Emrana Ben na answer to temwa Fosu bebu say interrogatory injunction no yen grant emfama no oba consider so many things say nimpa ko na wo de sa ohye eba beto no so no say court ni ebua de manwa nimpa ko no is there going to be any cost of damage to the person? And here we can see from the glance, you can see say Abusuapanin see billboard, ama invitation. In fact, IBBA through court, almost lawyers bet me submit pictures, videos, and everything to the court. Say, court, me pacho almost the injunction eba. What the two swa about affecting because you are sending invitation, you are preparation. Then the court will consider that. In fact, more call Kumasi the interrogating injunction now you move Kumasi no. Even that they cited all these pictures and videos to prove say court and granted injunction now about affect you or more the cost of bed, you know, about bad also. But there's one fundamental point I believe that the court is going to pronounce today and say the immediate family of Charles Kojo Fosu, which is the sister, are lodging complaint to the Ghana Police Service and say if I'm not misquoting we read the rate of sermon now with the court now say mamem kai mo say enya botrimu ka na media maker me kind na media mamu who read the what the correct of sermon paragraph 31 or say the plaintiff state that circumstances surrounding the death of the late Charles Kojo Fosu is subject matter of ongoing investigation by Criminal Investigation Division of Ghana Police Service and other investigative bodies following a petition lodged by the immediate family of the deceased. The plaintiff state that despite the ongoing police investigation into the circumstances surrounding the death of Charles Kojo Fosu, the first defendant, which is Abusuapanin, has decided to hold the funeral on the deceased and bury his mortal remains on the 13th day of December 2025 as erected billboard announcing his intention to the general public. If I'm to explain the 31, the 32 to you, Omo Patre said the immediate family of Charles Kojo Fosu, I lodge official complaint to the CID headquarters said they should investigate the circumstances and now so papa Charles Kojo Fosu ehrenenkwa. Into Ghana Police Service for us starting your investigation. But what I can tell you is that the last time ago there was a picture of Yamami and Ernestina Fosu among for whom so was CID headquarters. And into Ghana Police Service for us starting investigation to that complaint no cology no. It say Mama China any akosia boade interview. I managed to also can say Tuesday no. Omo invite Abusuapanin our CID headquarters among for see China to me. In fact, when you go to the CID, when they invite you, it's not like say I arrest you. What I say, hey, into me invite him and buy, which means that anybody associated obia oka ho bia no anybody bia oka ho bia no for now no what the reporter is can say I Oku Bank Hospital I when I didn't call hospital. In fact, anybody connected to the death of Charles Kojo Fosu be invited to come and write their statement and some conclusion of the investigation abanabi into more patch say right now no person could see fununu on 13th a Biden investigation to me atwaso, which means probably to me my knowledge and to my understanding the only legal basis at which maybe the court may grant the injunction is this particular statement. Now of course I'm sure the Ghana Police Service will also be invited to come and prove say indeed say Oma a start investigation. The only reason at which the court may, I'm choosing my words carefully, may decide not to grant the injunction is if the Ghana Police Force can say indeed they are done with the investigation or they are still conducting the investigation, because if you go and bury the body, not some investigation, how are they going to conduct that investigation? But of which the court also may also look at the cost involved. Should the court also grant that injunction from the immediate family? It's going to be very cagey encounter. It's going to be a very legal battle between Spirit Law Consort firm led by Mr. Ishon or no any legal team no versus Abusuapanin team, of course. Fatine Dominic, I'm sure said they will represent the family, and that of Mr. Bediako, I'm sure he may represent the transition home. For that of the car bank, I don't have the names of the legal team, and they mean to me. But I think the car bank for them they only come. I'm sure car bank and transition home as they usually do. No, I'm sure some courts will come for Moncasa because whatever instructions a court and Edbermano and I'm so for that is a quick breakdown. My person made the mamu and then I pay. My mamu who said my baby Piemu. I have said in never cost Habiano. Remember what the answer many Abusian for all the parties involved. No, many bedin como now on my church in similar at the actually. I don't see that's how time will permit, but I just want to know say my baby Piemu has say I can see sir as at Minoka said you be a court no sometimes court you be around 8-9 o'clock and you be 8-9 o'clock then I'll go inside to go and check the timetable. Then my who courtroom cry any case any otemwa for better case and so sanabaya make me amamu brief then ewo ho nti tamchiku and kobabia that's TV there. We always make sure that we bring you accurate truth, and professionalism is our hallmark. Thank you for watching. Remember to stay tuned for more updates.